Wait, is my mic on? Wait. Okay, it should be on. Hello everyone. Hopefully the music is not too high, or do you need the music to be higher? Just let me know. But hello. I saw your message, Spec. Hello. It's been a very long time. I decided to just stream on Friday since I looked at my analytics. A lot of people are like up on Friday at this time for some reason, so decided to just move it to today, which today is the set for Lyrical set 4, so hopefully everyone who's getting the set is doing fine. Be long, yeah. But I'm just glad that wait, why is this not popping up? Let me remove this. There's like a doc that I have that I can see. Is it stats? No, it's not stats. I don't know. Where did it go? I don't think I can see it. Wait. Enable lock. Nope. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna bother too much about it. I can see just fine. I have my phone right here. But yeah, so today we're gonna be going over Sparkling Stars, a set that I am very excited for. That we're finally getting. It felt like forever, to me personally. We're gonna go over every single card. That means even in comments as well. I usually do this for every Lyrical set, and I've not stopped ever since. Did I do this set 1? I think I did this set 1. It's been a tradition I've just been always doing so. I was planning on getting a box from my local. I don't know if I will actually like do a video on there or not. I don't know, because I don't think many people like box openings, but we shall see if I actually can get the funds for it. I almost there. Just some issues with personal life and stuff, but yeah, today we're going to be go over Sparkling Stars and just talk about all the cards. So, how many LSR Kyokas did you buy? I didn't buy any LSR Kyokas. What I'm really hoping for is to get the double R for Herminia, which I mean right now it's like $5, but I'm really hoping to get I'm really hoping to just get the FRs and SRs for her. Yeah, I mean I am going to build Kyoka. I am going to build Kyoka. It's just that I want to get my Herminia stuff first. But let me switch to music. Wait, let me start over. Okay. Alright, cool. Alright, just making sure everything's okay. Okay. Now, let's get into the set review for Sparkling Stars. So, this is the first set for DZ. So, this is DZ LM1. I've been calling it just set 5 because it is set 5 of Lyrical. So, but you call it DZ 1 Lyrical. So, I think I usually start from the top, but I'm not going to do that because I usually don't have any energy talking about like the comments and stuff at the end. So, I'm going to start with the lower rarity stuff first, and then we'll just go to higher rarity. Won't be able to chat much since I'm at work, but you're in my ears. Okay, cool. Thanks, Docs. I much appreciate it. Meet you stream ends. He talked about P. I know, right? That's why I'm starting for the lower rarity stuff, and people who trickle in will, you know, get the chance for me to talk about it at the end. That is spec, yes. All right, so this is a comment, right? Yeah, it should be a comment. So these are the two. We got a blitz in a normal order. So this is before the festival begins. It's a grade 2. It's a blitz order, so you pay this while playing using Counterboss 1. Choose when your unit's being attacked, and it gets 5,000 power to the end of battle for each of your open rigor circles. I honestly don't think like many cards will play this unless you're playing a deck that just fully clears itself. The most value you're ever going to get is like, you know, you get 25k, right? Excuse me, you get 25k. Yeah, I mean, for a Counterblast and a Blitz Order, I don't know, I don't think it's very worth it. Happy to see you around again. Yeah, Spec's been playing other card games and taking a break for Vanguard, but I still chat with him. Next we have a grade 3 rare normal order, offering prayers to the starlight. So the order skill is you pay this to CB2, choose one of your vanguards, and it gets the auto effect. Once a turn, when this unit attacks, choose 6 of your units. If you choose 6 units and all the chosen units have different card names, this unit gets 1 critical to the end of battle until the end of turn. So with this, it's pretty funny because I mean, you could technically play it in Chris Rain, but if you play it with Charmut, right? If you have this like a funny tech, if all your rigors have different names, it's pretty easy to do that. If you pay the CB2 effect, and when you attack with Charmut, the card that countercharges, right? You can countercharge and soul charge again, since it was chosen by an effect from your Vanguard, and it is not once per turn, so you could just do it twice, and you could basically you could refund basically like half of this card's cost if you do fulfill the condition. So it's pretty funny. Other than that, I haven't seen much really use of this. It'll probably be later on though. And next we got our like vanilla triggers. We got the heal. Is that 2 fronts? Yeah, that's 2 fronts, 2 draws. We only have 1 heal. That's kind of interesting. And 2 crits. So then we have our starters, which is basically we have Shizuku. It is an encounter. Like the other D starters, that's all it really does, but it doesn't, I don't think it's going to be like restricted to any line or anything. It's just any starter you can use. And we have our other 2 stars, which is Coral, which is very important for Coral, just because she has a Coral name. And we have Absolute Zero, which I think it's important. It's not a judge main, but I think it's for like the naming purpose. Hello, brawls. Welcome. We're just start off with the lower rarity stuff for right now, and then we'll get to the higher rarity stuff. So first card, we're still on commons. So we have Easygoing Omoti. She's a grade 1 6k. This is kind of a generic card. So at the end of your turn, if you energy blast 3 or more at the same time for the cost of your card's ability this turn, you may return this to hand. I haven't seen much use. You could use this at Chris Rain to just get a card that just bounces back to hand, or to trigger like any effects at the end of your turn, but I don't really think, you know, this would be played much. I go to the next one like this. Oh no, I have to go to the previous one. Okay. Next we have What If Scenario Nicia. So she has one ability. She's a common, and she's from Soul. If your Vanguard is Lavore, sorry, yeah. If your Vanguard is Lavore in this card name, when your Vanguard with Lavore in this card name is attacked, you soul blast 3 cards with different names. Call this from different from this card. Okay, call this to Guardian Circle, and it gets shield plus 5,000 to the end of battle. Honestly, for a 10k shield for such a heavy cost, I don't think this is worth it. But you can guard with it from Soul, but I don't think this card is worth playing in your deck just to be Soul charged. Unless some card in the future wants you to like have her in Soul or something. Just for Charmut's effect. So maybe a dress up Charmut, but we'll see. Next we have another common, which is Floating Point Kitir. She has 1 ability, which is Act. Cost is Energy Blast 3. Choose one unit that gets 5,000 power to the end of the turn. I mean, if your deck has extra ways to use energy or generates a lot of energy, and you want to push power numbers, you can choose any unit, give it 5k to the end of turn. Not something I will use, but it's something. Okay, next we have Fresh Start Coral, which this is all Corals at counter deck. It has 2 abilities. When this unit is rolled upon a Shiny Star Coral, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose the 1 card with Coral in this card name, or a grade 3 unit card from among them. Reveal it, put it to your hand to shuffle your deck. In auto, when this unit is put to your soul by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Coral in this card name. Choose one of your Vanguards that it gets power plus 5,000 in a turn. Then, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, that chosen Vanguard gets triple drive to the end of the turn. I might play Coral when he gets more named cards. The thing is, Coral doesn't get more named cards, so the Corals you get now, other than like her excuse me, other than her like other forms like Shangri-La, there's not going to be a lot of more printed Coral names. So what we get here is what we get for a while, unless they start doing other stuff with the counters. So this Coral is actually pretty interesting. This card is interesting because you could run this in other decks, not in your main deck, but as your ride line, and you can search for a grade 3 unit card or Coral. So it just makes it so that Coral's more consistent and get more Corals, and you can put it to your hand. And her auto ability, once she's put to soul by your Vanguard's ability, she gives your Coral triple drive, so Sanctitude can work against it. Not drive +1, unfortunately. But yeah, it's pretty interesting that she does that. Maybe I should have... No, I have my water here. Okay. Next we have Full Illumination Vertilin. This is a grade 1. When this unit attacks or boosts, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, if 4 or more units replace this turn, this unit gets thousand power to the end of that battle. Excuse me. Maybe this is not enough circulation air through here. Anyway, this is interesting. Excuse me. Because this can work with Kyrie, grade 4, if you just want like an 18k beater. But we do have like her other, like, there's a grade 1 that's 5k and that's the 15k. You can make it 20, but this will hit like 23k. So it could be a booster or attacker. And other decks that like mirage your field and call a bunch of cards, this could also just be a good booster or attacker too. So I haven't really experimented with this, but like I said, still a card. I don't want to watch Vanguard stuff right now. A bit busy. Have fun stream. Thanks, bros. I really appreciate it. Even though I know you don't want to watch Vanguard stuff, but I appreciate it. So still comments. Grade 1 Melody of Beginning Kirkmel. So she has one ability, which is when this unit is put on guard circle, Soul +1, and this unit gets shield plus 5,000. It's in the end about for every 2 cards with Coral in their card name in your soul. So it's just a big shield if you want that. However, you do have to soul blast, so you do have to manage your soul with Coral. So next we have Jump on Account Arcane. So she has one ability, which is when this unit boosts, if you energy blast 3 or more at the same time for the cost of one of your card's abilities, this unit gets 5 power to the end of the battle. So is this a 13k booster? However, cards like Prekia or any early game energy blast users, this can still be like a very strong attacker early game. But I don't think it is a noteworthy card to be played unless a new deck wants you to energy blast all the time. Now for one of the new now to one of the new cards in the set of the new playstyles, which is Absolute Zero, which is basically Judge Maintenance. So when this unit is placed from riding the starter, Absolute Zero Rix, this Absolute Zero shall Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 card with absolute 0 or judge mania in its card name. Reveal them. Put it into your hand and shuffle the deck. Then rearguard act once a turn. If your Vanguard is greater or greater with absolute 0 in its card name, and your opponent's Vanguard is greater or greater, cost discard a card from hand. When this unit this unit gets all your front row rear guards get 5k power 10 in a turn. It's pronounced. Oh, Kylo. Okay. Thank you so much, Shadow. And welcome to the stream. But this card, I think this is really good just because she gives the deck front row power, which I will explain later of what the deck wants to do and how it should be. Well, not really how it should be played, but what the deck wants to do, and this really facilitates to having your front row getting more power. But I believe this isn't like a hard once per turn. So if you have 2 of her, you can discard 2 cards and give your front row 10k. Next we have Romance Faith Uplena. So she has 1 ability. Rearguard Circle, Guardian Circle. If your Vanguard's grade is less to your opponent's grade or your damage. Yeah, it's not hard once per turn. Yep. If your Vanguard's grade is less than your opponent's Vanguard's grade, or damage has 4 or more cards in it, this unit gets 5 of power and 5 as a shield. So it's a great. So it becomes a 13k attacker, but also 10k shield or intercept. I mean, the fact that its base is pretty low, or you need to be at 4 damage or more, or your opponent's Vanguard is greater to you, is really hampering this card. This card is the same for Hazoret. It's weaker than normal, but provides good enough shield before turn 3. Honestly, I didn't think about Hazoret. Yeah, that's true. So, like, if your opponent's going first, you actually have some extra shield. But also, since it's 8k, it could be, you know, searched or called for Hazoret. So, I do agree with that. I don't think people are looking at it, but I do agree with that. Next, we got Dreaming Fever Teflane. She has 1 ability, which is Act. Cost Energy Blast 3 until the end of turn. This unit gets boost and power plus 5,000. Interesting that she gives herself boost. She doesn't really draw anything, but she can always be like, you know, you call it early game, use your energy for that, just to be like a very solid attacker booster. Next we have Shiny Star Coral. So this is part of also the Coral's deck. When this unit attacks, choose one of your rear guards you may return to hand, so that's basically Kyora. And the second effect is, when this card is put to your soul by your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Coral's card name, draw a card, energy charge 1. It chooses one of your rear guards, and it gets power plus 5,000 to the end of turn. So the power is going to make sense when we get to Coral, which is in the Tribars, which is later in the stream. But if you believe in it, I'm using this in the Mayo line. That's understandable. Because you can search your grade 3s, and also you can you know, call cards early, just bounce it. I can see why. With but you also draw a card, so like you replace, once you get the Coral, you'll be able to refund its cost. It's same for the grade 1. It basically refunds itself because it gives you extra drive. So I think Shiny Star Coral is really good, interesting for like people who want to like do a different line, because it gives you the option to have Shiny Star and Fresh Star to find more grade 3s or your Persona. So next we have Cloak of Rest, Judge Maiden. I do not know how to say her name. Cloak Neural. It's a grade 2. She has 1 ability. Is auto. When this card is discarded from hand during your turn, if you have a Vanguard absolute 0 in this card name, choose one of your rear guards and it gets power plus 5,000 to the end of turn. So this is basically a bonus for you discarding her for the cost of your Vanguard or other cards. The cost of your Vanguard or other cards to be able to like give more power to your front row, which is interesting. Another absolute 0 card. I think it's part of the Ride deck, yeah. Kashua. So when this unit is rolled upon by a grade 3 with absolute 0 in this card name. Oh, it's not her. Okay. You basically choose a grade 1 through your soul, and you call that, and you call this card to Rigor Circle. Then when this unit attacks, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with absolute 0 in this card name, this unit gets power plus 5,000 until the end of battle. And at the end of battle, you retire this unit, and you can draw a card. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, Docs. I'm not saying Hatua. That's not her name. I bet people are going to start doing that. So this card is really good just because she allows you to call your grade 1, which is really strong, to be able to get power to your front row. And there's another card that helps. I wanted to clip it. You can clip it, that's fine. It allows you to basically like remove your front row for another card that's later in this set that allows you to call itself. And she replaces herself, so it's pretty good to be able to do that. So I think it's a very good ride deck card. Next we have holding a Sky Full of Stars, Takia. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I don't care. Oh, okay. So when this unit is placed on Rigor Circle, cost energy boss 3, search your deck or drop up to 1 trick and tricketry. It's for Fino. Reveal it, put it to your hand. If you search your deck, shelf your deck. So this is like an on-demand grab a trick and treat for an energy blast. Not sure if it's really useful since Fino doesn't really have much deck space until we get her dress up. This could be useful in the future, but at the moment I don't really think so. Unless, you know, I mean, if you experiment with other cards, but yeah. Now wishing star on the beach, Repluri. So she has one ability, which is at the end of battle, this unit attack the Vanguard. Soul Boss 1 trigger unit and return its hand. The main reason she's useful is because she doesn't compete with Fino's CBUs. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of true, yeah. For this card, now if you play her Siana, I think it's kind of funny because you know you forcefully put triggers in your hands of soul. The previous trigger treat had to use CB. True, the gray one does, but that one doesn't. Well, they both hit the same number, right? You are kind of right. That seems interesting. I might try that, but for this card, you can use this with Siana just because she forces triggers into soul. Any decks that have like the cards that go into soul for the crits, you can use this with that. But it's a grade 3. I don't know how useful that is. But if you do get triggers into your soul by like your opponent's effects or your effects, I can see this being okay. But we will see. It's kind of a card that self-bounces itself. So if we get a card like Speaker in the future somehow, or a card that's like that enables multi-attack, I think this could be a very good alternative just to bounce it back. We do have other ways to clear though. It's most likely to be attacked. Right, true. Next we're still common. So we have fly whenever Patsy. So this is a Siana card. Oh, this is a card. Okay. So when this unit is placed on Rigor Circle, if you have a grade 3 or greater with Siana as card name, Soul Boss 1 card with Siana as card name or a trigger unit, it return all your opponent's front row rear guards to hand. And the second ability is at the end of your turn, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Siana as card name, your Energy Boss 3 returns to hand. So in standard, just like what Night Shadow said, you can use this to basically like return itself to hand so your opponent won't attack into rear guards. That makes it more likely that they won't attack at all, or they have to attack into Siana. But also her other effect is not as strong. Like, well, there are some cases unless there's like cards that just can't be chosen for some reason, you can always bounce their front row with this card. It's not as strong in standard, but in premium, this card is so funny because it just selects all of your opponent's front rear guards and bounces it to hand. If you You have to be on Sienna though, so that's the only caveat. The grade 3 the grade 3 previous soul porn. Oh, you already said it. So if you have one of each, you can remove your own front row. Yep. You definitely can, yeah. Next we have Starry Sky, Lucita. This is this is for Michu. So auto rigor circle once a turn where your cannonball is put into drop for order zone. Cost put a grade 3 on the bottom of your deck, and this unit gets Sal's power to end of the turn. I think I've seen people play this card. I'm not sure if it's run currently, but I have seen people play it just to make sure you don't deck out, because Michu can deck out in some scenarios. But also just hits a good number, which is 23. It is not restricted to your opponent's grade at all. So you can hit a very strong number early on. Next we have Proper Gentle Judge Maiden Morales. So she has one ability, which is at the end of battle, this unit attacked. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard Absolute 0 in its card name, cost, retire this unit. Choose where your opponent's grade 2 or less rear guards and retire. Oh, some control. So this, I think I've seen some people play this. You can't retire your opponent's grade 3s, but choosing a back row rear guard is really interesting. Which we'll get to the Vanguard. I mean, if the forfeit tide doesn't overcall, yeah. Her retire herself is fine. It's kind of like, it's kind of a, well, yeah, this is well costed, because think about what Flame Glen with Verte. You have to soul boss one, but you can retire anything. But you need to be on Brukia to do it. So it's more of a heavier cost, so you can retire anything. This one's just kind of free. You have a great 3 Vanguard with Absolute 0. At the end of battle, she retire herself, and then you just, you know, pop on your opponent's grade 2 or less rear guard. So I think it's a pretty interesting card. Next, this is Perfect Shape Parfona, and she has one ability, which is when your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Vert. Oh yeah, Vert is also in the set. And its card name is Place. Cost, put this into your soul. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up the one card among them and call it a rigor circle. Shuffle your deck. So can it retire itself instead? Can I retire this? The job is done. You survive, Docs. You survive. Choose up to one card from among them and call it a rigor circle and shuffle your deck. So I don't know if this is really cost efficient in your deck, but it allows you to compress more, and it allows you to call. I'm still at work right now and my shift is over. So I do remember some people playing this early on, like in testing when it was revealed. It allows you to compress more and get cards that you want, like Vert and Clear, from your deck. So these are really good rear guards. Or you can get any other card, like if you have a PG, you could just call it and bounce it back with any card from them. So I think it's a pretty good card if you want to tech into your deck. Next we have Enclosed Star Lishila. So when this unit is retired from your rigor circle by your opponent's card's ability, cost all boss 1, draw a card. I don't really know how strong this card is. Hey Serenity, hello. Welcome. Right now we're just talking about the commons. You didn't miss anything. All the higher stuff is coming up soon. I just want to get this out of the way because it's the boring stuff. Generic filler, sadly. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe have some use in the future, but we don't know. Now we're on the rare. So Lampent Planetaria Rafesca. So auto rigor circle when this unit attacks. If you have a grade 3, when this unit attacks. Oh, okay. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard hazard in its card name, this unit gets 5 as a power. Okay, to the end of battle. And at the end of battle, soul boss returns in hand. That's actually pretty good. This card is really good. Not only that, you can search it with other card effects. Self Yuika itself. Yeah. Like, the reason why Yuika is so good with hazard is because once you choose it, choose a card, you can soul blast 1 to bounce that card to hand and you draw. Because putting the card to bottom deck is not a requirement to draw. This basically just pluses you 1 on Hazard. As long as you have the soul, because I know Hazard's soul can be very iffy. But I think this is a really good card. Ew, bouncy soul draw. Yep. Next, oh, Mermaid Eye Ellie. So this is just a Sentinel, but it's an encounter. So I will only talk about this a little bit. In premium, this is really interesting because we have V Ellie, which on hit you can search for this Ellie as well. So this is Mermaid Idol Ellie, same name and everything. Well, same name basically. And this is a D series card. Now you could play, you know, OG Ellie because she has a little bit more freer restrictions. I mean freer like costs. But this one, you know, if you have like 1 or less cards, you can just PG with it. Strict upgrade over original. I don't know. There are some cases where original could be better, but I don't know. We'll see. But I think it's still pretty fine. I need Audit Ellie. She's one of my favorite V cards. I know, right? Next we got Rascal Stars Rovias. Let me check. I just want to see. Okay, I didn't loot this. Okay. Now, she's a great one, rare. Rear circle, guard circle. If you have 5 or more trick entries in your drop, this unit gets power plus 5,000 and shield plus 5,000 after during the opponent's turn 2. Huh. Now this card is, I don't know, like it does give shield to the deck, which sometimes the deck really struggles with shield. I think she struggles with shield now because of how strong and how the power of the game is right now. So having this, like, once you get your 5 trick and treats and drop is really helpful. I have no idea either. Yeah, but I don't think it's like a card you play over the limited slots that you have. Okay, now this is another Sienna card. Spectacular Viewpoint Lurumi. Okay, so she has 2 ability, which is continuous during your turn. If you have a greater Vanguard with Sienna's card name, this unit gets 2k power. So she's a 10k booster attacker. Then auto Rigor Circle, when this unit boosts a greater Vanguard with Sienna as card name, cost Soul Boss 1 card with Sienna or a trigger unit. Choose one of your units, and it gets plus 5,000 power to the end of turn for each of your opponent's open front row Rigor Circles. This card is really good. Like, I don't know why people aren't really playing it, because the issue that I had with Sienna was that she herself does not have any power, or your rear guards don't get that much power. Like, yeah, we had the other girl that bounces your opponent's front row. She draws a card and gets 10k power, but it doesn't hit super high numbers. This allows you to let your Sienna, or, you know, the new card in the set, which we go over to, have a lot of power, and you can attack again. Or your Sienna too. I used to use White Wing Sienna. The 7k that gives 25k boost. Yep. That isn't. They'll let the Sienna actually hit. Exactly. And the thing is, since it's so high in shield, they'll have to either PG or guard multiple cards, and it's still very difficult to guard. If, you know, you give your Sienna extra 10k power, or your rear guard extra 10k power. So I think this is a really good card, and it's a 10k booster, so it makes numbers. Okay, next we have Stay Awake Carvia. 2 abilities, which is continuous Rigor Circle. If you played a cursed play order this turn, this unit gets 5,000 power. And act Rigor Circle costs discard card for your hand. Choose a cursed play card for your drop zone, put it to your hand. Now, me personally, I like a mid-range sort of play style with Lutetia. I don't really like the go all in trying to kill the opponent as fast as possible. She has now a lot of like cards that can be played in a different way. Like older cards can be used today if you don't have like Nostrios and stuff like that. So I haven't tested at all because I don't have all the Lutetia cards, or I haven't even really play tested at all. But this could be for more of a mid-range style, and for you to actually get your curse plays back into circulation like a lot faster. But I don't know. I know decks don't play this, but I'm willing to try it. Okay, that was just a car side. Next we have Diva of Deep Blue, Seal. So she has one ability, which is continuous Rigor Circle. This unit gets 5,000 power for each time your grade 3 Vanguard Revert in his card name was placed this turn. So she, it's a great one. So she become an 18k booster or attacker if you use Vert skill, which rides from hand and rides another Vert. So, I mean, I don't think the power is necessarily needed, but it probably could be needed in the deck. Next we have Titan Shooting Star, Romy Rita. So auto Rigor Circle once a turn. When your Vanguard sings a song, this for Lorinal. Cost Energy Box 3. Choose a song for your drop zone. Put it in your hand. Some song cycling is pretty good. I don't know if like getting the songs back from drop zone is necessarily needed, but I think it could make some interesting plays in the future, I feel. Next we have another Judge Maiden, Carelli. So she has two abilities, which is auto when this card is discarded from your hand during your turn. If you have Vanguard Absolute Zero in this card name, put this card to your soul. That's pretty good. And songs from drop. Yeah. A favor? Yeah. Well, what's up, Docs? Yeah, you get songs from drop with this card. You got an Energy Blast 3 to sing a song. I have most of the pieces build in the next lyrical. Yeah, no problem. We could do that. We could actually do that Saturday, or I don't know about today, but you're still at work, so I don't mind going through stuff with you. In case you flooded them in the beginning and you have to dish them. Yeah, or some other weird effect in the future. We'll see though. What this card, I didn't read second ability. Continuous Guardian Circle. If you have a Vanguard Absolute Zero in this card, this unit gets shield plus 5k. So she's a 10k shield, and when you discard for like your ride deck too, you put it in the soul. I think this card is pretty good. Especially with the shield, because that's all you're going to use it for. I appreciate it. Sorry, we don't have a case this time. Oh yeah, no problem. I mean, like, I thought at locals that they wasn't even going to get the set, so I think it's fine to me. We're time for new flame gun support. Finally got our flame gun unit. Also, hello, welcome. I'm also excited for a new flame glam unit. I thought they would do like another Brukia, but nah, this is a new grade 2 flame glam in the name, so I'm really excited. It's fine too. I was eventually going to talk about it. So we have a grade 1 Cavino evening Raskai, or yeah, Raskai. So auto Rigor Circle, when this unit boosts, if you play the magazine order this turn, for this Kyoka, choose up the one card for your drop, put it to your soul. This unit gets 5k power to in a battle when it boosts. So you can cycle back. It's pretty poor for replenishing soul. I mean, yeah. I think she's pretty. I won't say she's necessarily needed, but she's actually pretty interesting because you like you say, you replenish your soul for free if you play a magazine order. So some cards you can just keep cycling back soul, you never run out. Next, this is the Michu card. Waiting for this day. Why could you just remove the R? You could call her Refrecia. Anyway, auto Rigor Circle. When this unit is placed on Rigor Circle, if you have an all setup order in your order zone, cost Energy Blast 3. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose the one Cannonball card from among them. Reveal it. Put it in your hand and shuffle your deck. Then act Rigor Circle. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard or meet you in this card name, cost, put this unit to your soul. Search your deck. Search your deck up to 1 Glistening Mood meet you right at stand and shuffle your deck. If your Vanguard was placed during the ride phase this turn, was not? Wait. If your Vanguard was placed, okay, during the ride phase's turn, or you Persona Road this turn, you cannot Persona Ride to the end of turn. If your Persona Road is active, even oh yeah, that's this other clause. Anyway, good card for Michu. It is it's like all the other glitter cards. You can basically search up to, you know, your other Michu, ride it from rear guard circle, and it gives you soul, which is pretty necessary. And her other effect is she could look for a cannonball by energy blasting 3. Lizard top 7, so it's pretty important. It's one of the more important cards for Michu in the day. Next we have Wishing Together Amasia. Oh, it's a friend card. Continuous rigor circle if you have another. Oh no, that's just a friend ability. Continuous rigor circle during your turn. If you have a greater Vanguard with 14, that's card name. And this unit is friends. All your front row units to the set call this unit get plus 5,000 power. Okay. So I don't know how useful this is. This just makes you have better front row numbers, which I don't think that's the problem with friends, is to get more numbers, but we shall see in the future. I don't think this will be really played. Like a Kenny Corvoro? She has one ability, which is when this unit is placed in a regular circle, if you have Vanguard with Medio or its card name, look at the top card of your deck, put it at the top of the deck or discard it. If you discard a card, this unit gets 5,000 power to the end of the turn. So the discard is only important if you get a Medio, because the new Medio wants a card with Medio in your drop zone. So Shukro V. Okay. The front card is important because Fortia's biggest weakness is rear guard power. Vanguard is fine. The column means a plus 10k bonus. Wait, it gives it all your units. Oh, that's true. Oh, never mind. Forget what I said about that. I didn't read it. The use. I don't know how to pronounce these lyrical names. People talking about that one Morikumo card. I'm like, pronounce these lyrical names. These are horrible to pronounce. Wants to remove Elise from the deck. Secret Reviver. Oh yeah, you could do that too. Right. I forgot about the card. But I don't know, it's a grade 2. I don't know. Like, I think there's better cards to play. With a Clear Heart, Irizil. Shoe Crow V. Oh, like shoe. Okay. Spec, that's not helping. But I get it. Shoe Crow V. Okay. Wait, why is that blocked? Anyway, just no H. Oh, okay. The Celestial Discard absolutely hates. I didn't even read a card. Hold on. I'm getting distracted by how to pronounce a name. Black. Okay, so we have Clear Heart, Irizil. Okay, Black Wings, which you need to have a odd grade in your bind zone, face up. What is used place a guard circle? Soul Boss 2. Choose one of your opponent's attack units with 2 or more critical. It gets critical -1 to end battle. Speaking of which pronunciations, I'll give these to my mother in another episode. Pronounce lyrical names. Exactly. I'm like, half of the word. I mean, it's literally just the last part. That's usually like the difficult part. Now this card, Soul Blasting 2, to -1 crit to unit with 2 crit. I don't know. I love Black Wings. I jam with Black Wings, but some of these defensive cards are just so bad. Like, this could be like a niche situation, but you're not playing a whole grade 2 just to do that. Okay, now we're on. Now we're on the main set cards. Immersive Ripples. Avnias. So when this unit is placed on other than battle phase on Rigor Circle, you know, Vanguard with Lofa as card name. You can soul boss 2 cards with Lofa in their card names. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 grade 2 or greater card with a different name from this unit. Call it a Rigor Circle, shuff your deck. I think people are sleeping on this card in Lofa. Because Lofa's biggest strength is that once she hits grade 3, your deck is now like is triggered as online. You're able to do stuff now. And like her biggest issue to me is just shield, but she has the potential to like call these big powered rear guards, so your opponent can't just easily swing it to them. They have to boost too. I personally play 3. Yeah, if you have like her set 2 card that puts a card, a Lofa from drop zone to soul, it allows you to just basically refund that. And you have extra Lofas in your deck too, so you can't soul charge them, but you can also just persona ride. But calling this in like a random grade 3, 13k against an 8k, that's really is really strong. You already got enough Lofa and soul. Yeah, if you play the entire line, yeah. But I think this card is really good for aggro in Lofa. Next we have Song Pass Down. I'm not pronouncing that. I don't know. I don't even want to try it. Auto Rigor Circle. When this unit attacks, see if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Coral in its card name. This unit gets 5 power to in the battle. In Rigor Circle, when this unit stood by the ability of your Coral, this card gets 5 power to the end of turn. So basically, this is just another target for you to use Coral's stand skill on, which I'll explain to later. I'm not sure if many people play this. But yeah, I mean, like, it's just a 20k attacker, but I think it hits. I think it's easier to hit the number with this than the grade 3, but I'm not entirely too sure. Oh, next we got Ernest Kret, Piersaro, I guess. Dex I've been seeing people seeing it working on do. Oh, really? Interesting. Also, Auto Rigor Circle, when you play, aim to be the strongest idol. If your opponent has no rear guards, choose one of your vanguards to the end of turn. Your opponent cannot call or play sentinels for hand during that unit attack. So pre-reso, okay. So this card, I don't know. I have not played Clarissa. I haven't seen anyone really play Clarissa in a long time. Maybe this card's good. Maybe it's bad. I have no clue. And I don't have the money or expenses to be trying to figure that out. We're almost done with the rare. So we have Fashionate Tail Caudette. So when this unit is placed on Rigor Circle, choose one of your variables with Labor in its card name, and it gets 5 power to end the turn. Clarissa fake deck, damn. This I don't know. I don't think. Wait, it's a grade 3 with 10k power. I mean, like, if there's a way to like use this twice in a turn, maybe, but I don't think this is worth it. Unless like we're gonna be able to get cards I can call during the battle phase. Clarissa's Eugene the Lyrical. Oh no, don't say that, spec. I don't even think. I mean, she started off so well in the beginning, but that's a different topic for later. Its power doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, it doesn't. The power doesn't matter, but on plays 5k, just play Recrease instead, right? And we have Union Light, Gem Mule. So we have, okay, this is for Willissa. Auto Rigor Circle, with this unit attacks, if you play True Art Ruby and Everlast Sapphire this turn, cost cameras 1 to all your front rear guards, get 5,000 power to end the turn. That's pretty. I don't know, like, your resenders get power, but you have to attack, and that costs CB. I don't know. I know Clarissa doesn't struggle that much with CB, but I don't know. Like, it just seems like you use a lot of it uses a lot of counterblast. Some opponents for emptying their board to avoid Clarissa drawing. I don't know if people actually like. I mean, it probably is a counterplay, but I don't think it's like that useful in that situation. I don't know. It is kind of funny though. Ah, yes, the ghost card. Through this starry skies, Imhalide, Imhalide. Okay. So this is a good card. So auto rigor circle at the end of the battle, this unit attacked. If you have a card with filter rose in this card name, you may choose one of your back row rear guards, stand it, and it gets power plus 5,000 in a turn. If you do, put this unit into your soul. Yeah, babe, that's what I've been waiting for. Exactly, this card is so good. Like, I know some other people are different from it, but I think it's really good. The issue that I always had there's a couple issues I had with Felty, other than her mechanic, was that to stay in your back row, you had to call that card during battle phase, and so you have to call like either the Grade 2 from Festival Collection, that was like a year or two ago, or Ingrid. Those are the only two cards that's still your back row. Or if you still play that girl from Set 1, I forgot her name. But this card not only allows you to stay in your back row rear guard, you give it power and it clears itself, which it goes into soul. And you can use that soul for other resources, which you could call it back out, and you could do the whole thing again. She's a 2 of. I tried her at 1 or a 2 of, and when I used her, like in a couple games I played, it worked. She's just a really good card, especially how I like to play Anjumala to get more draw. She helps a lot. So next we have Night of Meaning was Stars Vieta. I'll play her as a 1 and she's not that strong. I have her currently at 3x. Really? To Ernesta. Oh, that was her name, Ernesta. So this card's ability is when this unit is placed on rigor circle or put on guardian circle. Oh, this is a Kyrie one. Costs energy blast 3. Choose your advantage with Kyrie in his card name, and it gets 10,000 power. It's the end of that battle. So it's a grade 3 with 10k shield. You got an energy blast. Oh no. You can also put this on rear guard circle too. So you can make your both grade 3 or grade 4 Kyrie hit harder. It's a grade 3 that gains power while using CB. You can still pressure. Yeah, like Kyrie doesn't use energy. Other than for like if you play Prekia, but I don't think they even play Prekia because you don't Persona. Other than use it for discard and draw, which you have other ways of just drawing from that. So I can see it. Yeah, you just choose rank vanguards. I can see it being played. I don't know. I haven't seen any list using it though. Oh, now we're on my card. Full of funny. Okay, full of funny. Vorilla? Yeah, Vorilla. So she has the powerful ability when this unit attacks. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Hermania's card name, your card has no soul. Cost counterbalance 1, and this unit gets critical +1 to the end of battle. She does it for the lulz. I know, right? So I already talked about this card in a Twitter post, but TLDR, I think this card is it's really a tech at the moment because you need a lot of cards that give her self power, and she's good on it during turn. Like she's really good because you know you get 10k to your front row, but she works really well with Signe because Signe could just give her the extra counterblast the extra power she needs to make her 18k. She's swinging 28k to crit, hit up front or something, 20k to crit. Your opponent has to guard that, and if you have a Riley too on your rear guard circle, it's just too much pressure that sometimes your opponent just has to overguard everything. Very strong with the new Herminia. Yeah, I would say so too. But the thing is, like I said, she's only 13k. You need to put extra power or play other cards that give her power, which there's not a lot of good cards in Powerful that do that yet. only Signe does, so it's like literally a Signe combo. I need to get rid of my Rileys now. No, build Herminia. Herminia is good. Oh, this is a double R, right? Welcome to the Starlight Festival. So this is a normal order. You pay this with counter box 1. Choose 3 gray zeros from your drop zone and put them in your soul. If you put 3 critical triggers into soul, draw a card. So it's like a CB1 draw a card. Only have them for charm move. The build Herminia. I'm not kidding. The deck is not expensive at all. Like everything is cheap except Signe, but you can cut out Signe if you don't want to. I wonder if you could figure out a single deck if you play this in Lyrical. I thought they was gonna make like Absolute Zero do something with this, but I don't know. This could just be for a soul resource, honestly. You draw. Only play 2 Rayleighs. Oh, you only have 2, okay. But honestly, I'm not sure what deck would play this. Not yet, anyway. Oh, there's an Aura reprint, right? She got reprinted this as a double R. So she's now cheaper for all you Aura enjoyers. Next we have Little Meteor Aerodale. So this is for the Celestial. When this card is discarded from your hand during your turn, if you have Vanguard Celestial in this card name, look at the top card of your deck and put it at the top or bottom of your deck. In White Wings, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard Celestial's card name, this unit gets shield plus 10k. Wow. You have to have a grade 3. So she's a grade 1 15k, and if you discard her, for whatever Celestial's effects, even for no, I don't think the Blackwing card Fennel discards. I don't think she does. Not Fennel, I forgot her name, but I don't think she discards. But I know Celestial's Dress Up does discard. So I mean, honestly, stacking your deck is okay in some scenarios, because you can know like what your next bind is, your next drive check. However, the issue with that is no, because you do it after the battle, right? It's for right decks to fix bind or a new Celestial to fix triggers. Yeah. I don't think it's that bad like what people are saying, but then again, I don't really play the deck, so I could just be talking out of my ass. Next, we have this double R, which is Bring Forth the Dreams. To Lily. She has one effect, which is when this unit is placed in a real circle, cost counters 1. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose a 1 order card without Regalis piece for among them. Reveal it, put it to your hand, shuffle your deck. If you did not reveal a card, counter it 1. I don't know why this is expensive in Japan. I've not seen a single list play this. Like, maybe because I think it's so versatile, which it is in theory. Especially if you can bounce it back and you can just do the effect again. It can search Elementaria. It does say, it just says order card, but it can't be a Regalis piece. For heavy cards decks. It's the art. It's expensive because of the art. I do like the art though. Sadly not usable because of CB. True. This will be really good in Fennel, but the fact that you can just direct search in the deck, I don't think it's really useful in Fennel. On next, we have Mermaid Idol Senna, right? So when this this is a counter card, and this is very interesting for this line. So when this unit is rolled upon by top auto Aqua, Soul Boss 1, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 2 or greater card from among them, reveal it, put it to your hand, shuffle your deck. And wait, is Aqua next? No, Aqua's not next. Okay. Well, I'll just talk about this first. So Senna Aqua are really interesting because of Aqua's restriction or condition. But but Senna herself is really good because once you ride Aqua, you can just get a grade 2 or greater unit and you add it to your hand. Lyrical has a lot of good grade 2s that are generic. Prekia, Vaucheblanc, Franchette, what are generic grade 2? I can't think of it right now, but But also, it chooses a grade 3, so you get your personas early too, which is really, really good. Next, we have Prism Image Clear. What? This is a double R? I thought this is a rare. Anyway, Prism Image Clear is a counter card. And she has 2 effects, which when this unit is placed on Rigor Circle, cost to discard a card from your hand. Search your deck or drop up to 1 card, revert in its card name, reveal it, and put it to your hand. If you search your deck, shuffle the deck. Then continues Rigor Circle during your turn. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, revert in its card name. This unit gets 5,000 power. Okay. So, Clear is a really good card. Even in Premium, like, I was testing her in Premium. I do like her a lot. I mean, I played 1v Clear, but I think this Clear is like really, really solid. Just because you just search for your Vanguard and, you know, you use it to stride, ride, and you can discard anything. It's not like discard a grade 3 or anything. She just doesn't have a Vanguard effect when you ride her in Premium. I'm trying to avert Labrador combination. Clear is clear, but man, it's hard to build. I think they're gonna combine it with an order or feature support. Like, I don't see the purpose of them. Why they will make Vert and Labrador 2 different Prism decks, other than just to stretch out, you know, the thousands of decks Bermuda has. But this card is really good in V and Premium, I'll say. Next we have with 100 flowers, Loop Art. This is Ballista card. So continuous Rigor Circle. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, and you play the gem or this turn, this unit gets 5,000 power. It's a great one. Vert over Labby. At the end of the turn, if you have Vanguard with Ballista in this card name, he's used on grade 2. Cost Energy Blast 3, retire this unit, choose a grade 3 card with Ballista in this card name, or a gem card from drop, put in your hand. I think this is really good. You get back your orders, you get back your Persona Rides, but especially want to get back your Everlasting Sapphires. The consistency card, yeah, I think it's a really good card, and it makes a solid number too. 13k attacker beater. So next we have Light of the Flower, Garden, Judge Maiden, Ranea. Okay. 2 abilities. Auto when this unit's placed on Rigor Circle. If you have a card Absolute 0 in this card name, cost Kairos 1. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose 1 card with Absolute 0 or Judgment in this card name. From among them, reveal it, put it to your hand, shuffle the deck. Then the second ability is the problem is like, say what's up with you, guess he's really want Sapphire draw. True. When this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, this unit gets power plus 5,000 to the end of battle. Any home. Listen to card. No problem, Night Shadow. So this card, it searches your Judgment into Absolute 0 cards. So you can get your Persona Rides and any other cards that you might need. And it just, when it attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, it gets 5k power. Perfect, because you know your farmer is going to get 5k from the grade 1, from other cards too, and Persona. So it can hit a really solid number. Next we have Sparkly Summer 2 Mew Heren. Okay, I'm not saying that again, but I said it. At the so auto Rigor Circle at the end of battle, this unit attacked or boosted, cost Soul Blast 1 card with a stasis in its card name, and return this unit to hand. So I've not tried this. Well, I tried it with Persona Kairi for me personally. It's too much Soul Blasting in the deck for me to use it. And grade 4 Kairi, it could be used, but they already use Yuika, and they have other cards to bounce other cards at the end of turn. So there's no point in playing this until we get like a dress up Kairi. Next we have Singular Heart, Rika. So she has 2 abilities, which is auto when this unit boosts. If you have Vanguard with Coral in its card name, choose a card with Coral from its. Choose a card with Coral in its name from drop. You may put it into your soul. At the end of battle, if your soul has 4 more cards with Coral in this card name, you did not counter charge this turn. Cost retarded unit counter charge 1. Yeah. I don't know. If I say 2 abilities, my bad. It's only 1. This card is really good. It puts corals from your drop into soul, obviously. But also, it countercharges if you didn't countercharge, which coral can have a counterblast issue if you use a lot of counterblast to draw. So, really good card. It's a great one. And it clears itself to not get targeted by feds. Next up, Earnest Correct Follower, Redetta. So she has 2 abilities. Continuous Rigor Circle. If you played aim to be the strongest idol this turn, your opponent cannot intercept. And auto back row Rigor Circle. What's the turn? When your Vanguard hits, stand this unit. So this is pretty good in my opinion for Clarissa. Because there are many times where your opponent would just intercept before your restanders can restand. But now you just prevent intercepts. And her ability to stand, I'll have to be the back row. Her ability to stand helps too because you're able to boost like your restander is standing column. So it's like a mini Signe. But your Clarissa has to hit. So if their board is completely like gone or they're trying to self-clear, it won't necessarily proc as easily. But it's still, I think it's a good card. Even though it is for Clarissa and the double R, I still think it's a good card for the deck. Oh, here we go. Wait, I gotta drink for this. Need some water. Anyway, wish upon the water surface Rarico. So she has 2 abilities, which is Act Rigor Circle once a turn, so boss 1. If this unit gets 5,000 power 10 at a turn. And her second ability is powerful, Auto Rigor Circle. When this unit attacks, if your soul has no cards, cost Camera's 1 and energy boss 3, draw a card, and this unit gets power plus 10,000 to the end of the turn. Okay, so this card is so strong in Herminia. Like, from all the games I've been testing, like IRL even before, this card is what is making Herminia like an actual like decent deck. I don't want to say like she's like a road deck, but I don't want to put her in like, oh, she's like Kyrie tier. Like the card provides so much utility in early game, which Herminia's biggest weakness was that, oh, your opponent draws so many cards, I guess you just can't get through their hand even if you do have like a double Riley play or have like a bunch of cards. Because usually what will happen is that you have Custodia in your front row or another attacker and they do not hit any numbers, so your opponent just doesn't commit cards. Now this card is an early game piece that you can revive, by the way, and search. It's gonna always hit over your opponent's like it hits really good numbers by herself. She hits harder than Riley, but she has no pressure. Going second with Herminia, this card is really insane because you're always gonna draw. On the during turns, you're gonna draw too. With the with Riley's drive checks too, if you played your turn well, you're gonna be able to draw like 6 cards from your twin drive, Riley twice, and her twice. Going second, by the way. Going first, you're already having the Persona Ride pressure, but using this on your turn 2 is very strong as well. And just waiting a turn after that. Like, I'll talk about it in another video, but this card is really strong to the point I think Herminia is like a contender in the meta. Next, we have Star Delivery Temia. So she has 2 abilities. Oh, okay. So when this unit is placed on Rigor Circle, choose a trick and treat from your drop. You may put it into your soul. I don't know about that part. But the second ability is auto when this unit attacks. If you have 5 or more cards. Oh, your drop has 5 or more trick and treats. Cost cameras will draw a card and this unit gets Talons of Power. It's in the end of turn. So this card is basically a budget Strega, which is very good. So other than you calling, which makes Strega really strong for that reason, Strega is also very strong because, you know, you get to draw too. And she hits very good numbers. This card is basically like Strega and a half because you only get 1 effects. But also, you putting a trick and treat from dropping the soul. It's a you may, so you don't have to. Is very weird because you want trick and treats in the drop. But I don't know. It's probably for Fennel in the future. But this card is very good for people who don't have Strega. So don't get discouraged of not binning Fennel if you don't want to, because you don't have money for Strega. This card is a good substitute. Next we have Period Beyond Lecitus. I think. I don't know. She has two abilities, which is auto when this unit's placed on Rigor Circle, other than during the battle phase. I don't know how you're doing that, by the way. Unless you're just... I don't know. There's no card that does that. If you have Vanguard with Lorno as card name, and your song was put into the order zone this turn. Cost, energy block 3, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose the one card with a different name from this unit. And grade less or equal to your Vanguard from among the McCall Rigor Circle and shuffle your deck. Wow, okay. And continuous Rigor Circle during your turn. If your order zone has 2 or more face down cards, this unit gets Sounds of Power. So this is good because so let's say on your turn 3, you call this card. If you need the old Lorno, if you have a Yuika, you could just basically call her over the Yuika column and bounce that Lorno back. Or call any other cards you need to search songs in your deck. It costs energy loss 3, so that's like basically a free plus, that as long as it isn't her. And her being a 20k attacker is really good. If you have 2 or more face down songs, it is... Wow, that's a very slow... Okay, it's kind of slow. Because you can't really do it on turn 3. You can only get 10k power on turn 4. But this card can be used early game, so it makes up for it. Okay, next we have Together Under the Night Sky, Ravana. Okay, just checking to make sure the stream's going. So she has the friend ability and auto when this unit is placed on Rigor Circle, costs energy block 3. Choose a card with the friend ability and a different name from this card frame, drops and put it to hand. This is really good. You get your Fortias, you get any other friend card that could either plus you or get you to your condition. She doesn't do anything else, but like honestly, on place for energy block 3 to get a card frame drop with the friend ability is just really strong. I wish she did something more, but like the deck is like they've been printing cards that give power to other units, so I don't think it's that bad. Plus, with Stolas, you can call her from drop, and you can get a card, you know, another friend card from drop into your hand. So you have Stolas, you can do that. Which Stolas has been reprinted like twice, so. Oh, Warm Shining Star Preser, I think. When this unit is placed on Rigor Circle from hand, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Labor and its card name, costs energy boss 3. I love Stolas' art so much. I know, I do too. Choose a card from your soul and call it to Rigor Circle. Oh, then. Oh, okay. So you call a card from your soul and call it Rigor Circle. Then cost Soul Boss 1. Choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets power plus 5,000 for the end of turn. She's really good. Yeah, basically, people can stop playing Riley now. It only took, you know, Riley being $30 to stop being played. But anyway, this card is really good. You plus from your soul for energy loss, by the way. Then you can Soul Boss 1 to give her 5k. Give your Charmo 5k power. Really good. I don't have really anything to say. No, not right now. I was saying before, she was like some ridiculous price, like 30. Right now, she's like 20. Okay, now we're on top auto Aqua. So this is also double R. When this unit is rolled upon by a grade 3 mermaid, by the way, the race has to be mermaid. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Chooses the one grade 2 or greater card from under, reveal it, puts your hand shuffle your deck. So Aqua is really, so the entire, I'm gonna call it a top idol line, or people have been calling it the top idol line. It gets the most benefit if you have a mermaid race vanguard, which in lyrical we have different races. So, uh, grade threes that don't have the mermaid race won't be able to use Aqua's effect. So, the mermaids we do have is all the counters, Chris, Rain, and Kyrie. That's literally it. But with Aqua, if you have like a grade 2 or grade 3 heavy deck, she doesn't work with the quick start deck. Yeah, because she's an elf. If only Marilyn wasn't an elf, maybe. But I think she would have worked well. But they want you to play the Maryland stuff. But Aqua's really good in a lot of pretty much most of the decks. Like in Kyrie, I think she's the best in Kyrie. Just because all of your good grade 2s and grade 3s are really useful. I know a lot of people use this at Chris Rain. I'm honestly against it because we don't, like, compared to Kyrie, all of her grade 2s and grade 3s help her facilitate to her late game. And most of the Chris Rain lists I do see, half of their grade 2s are like cyclers. And unless you have it with Senna, I don't think it's that useful. And also, like, the new grade 1 is set 4. It's a grade 1, and that's like the most important card you want to be getting from your deck, right? Like, Franchette does help, but I don't really think it's that useful. Rydek, Chris Rain into Petrolka. Rydek, Chris Rain into Petrolka. I don't know. I think you would just rather just play some other line and then have Petrolka, right? In your main deck. I mean, on your right line. Oh yeah, definitely pair of Stars in Hand Esther. No, I like Astra before. Anyway, so she has 2 abilities. When it's used, place on rear circle. Choose one of your opponent's front row rear guards, return to hand, and cost Soulboss 1. Cost Soulboss 1 card with Siana's card name or trigger unit. If this unit gets 5,000 power for each of your opponent's front row rear guard circle, so she'll be 20k. Or, 50k. Then, when your grade 3 or greater Vanguard or Siana's card name attacks, if your opponent's front row has no rear guards, cost Cabos 1 Sanders unit. So, Siana can perform 5 attacks with that hit power. Another busted card. Yeah, this card is like really good. It makes Siana have a lot of pressure now. Before, she was only 3 attacks with not enough power, except 2 cards that hit like 20. Now, these can hit 20 by themselves, 30 on Persona, and restand. So, any other trigger powers you put to her or power you put to it makes Esther hit really hard. Wait, let me see. Okay, sorry, I was just checking the music to make sure it was gonna go out. Okay, so Esther is like really good. Also in premium, I think this is really interesting in premium. Because it's a restander, it makes so that you don't necessarily have to play Tidua as a restander. Because this hits better numbers than Tidua. Granted, Tidua could be placed on Vanguard Circle to be a pseudo swing 3 times, pseudo Overlord. But I think if you just run pure Siana, this works. Just because you have a good rear guard, and also it's another target for you to call to bounce back your opponent's stuff. So I think this is a very good card. Oh, this card, Moon Enduring. I do not know how to pronounce her name, but she's a ghost. So auto, when this unit is placed on regular circle, if you have a Vanguard with Felty Rosa in its card name, choose a card with Felty Rosa in its card name for your drop. You may put it to soul. And auto regular circle, when this unit attacks, this unit gets 5,000 power to the end of battle. At the end of battle, choose a card with Felty Rosa in its card name for your soul. You may put it to your hand. You put a card into your hand, retire this unit. So this card is really good because it's now facilitate. Like, I tried it with old Felty and a ride deck. It doesn't work. Like, the game is way past that point. You can't use Felty in the ride deck. Well, the old Felty. Now, this is more tailored to the dress up Felty. And what the dress up Felty wants is for you to have Felty in your soul. So now, if you discard Felty for ride deck, which is really good now, by placing her, you could put that Felty into your soul, and your front row now gets 10k power. So now your ghost hits 10k power. And then after that, you can also get that Felty or a I forgot the new one. New one's name, but the dress up Felty from your soul of your persona road on like your turn 4 and add it back to your hand. It makes you sad to take her out the ride deck. It does too, but like the game is way too fast now, and like little numbers doesn't cut it anymore. But the second, but also she retires herself, so you know you open more room for Ghost to be called. So it's a really good card, and it really makes it so that you don't have to run Willissa's ride line anymore, because you could just discard Felty. So but yeah, this makes it so you can actually run Felty's line and not have to play Willissa's. Now, some people might still play Willissa's because of the extra soul, but I think you should just, you could just play Felty's line and you could guarantee your ghost a lot easier now. Oh yeah, Deep Gratitude Dragon Pristro. So this has 2 abilities. When this card is discarded from your hand during your turn, if you have a Vanguard of grade 2 or greater. So also one, call this card a Rigor Circle. If it's your battle phase, this unit cannot attack until the end of turn. Then if your rear guard was returned to hand during this turn, this unit gets boost. So I've not seen a real good use for this card yet. In standard, it could be interesting. I feel like this is more of a oh no, you can't even use it in the absolute zero because nothing bounces. I don't know. We don't know yet. This could be for a future card, like we have to discard to do something. And even in premium, I haven't considered this because the grade 2 slot is like very low for me for what I've been testing. You don't need that much soul, correct? Yeah, I do agree. Okay, next we have Diva of Echo Star Retenter. Oh, this is for Coral. When this unit is placed on Rigor Circle, cost commerce 1. Choose a card with Coral in this card name from your drop zone, put it to hand. Okay. And continuous Rigor Circle Guard Circle. You have 4 more cards of Coral in their card name in your soul. This unit gets 5,000 power and 5,000 shield. Oh, it's active during the opponent's turn too. So she's a 10k shield that can get Coral from drop. And and if you can't attack her. Yeah, this card is really good. I think people obviously play this because you get your corals that you put from soul to drop for effects. You can reuse their effects. So next we have Diva of Sing Song Bellamere. So she has 2 abilities, which is auto. When this unit is placed on Rigor Circle, she's a grade 3 card with Pacifica. Oh, it's Pacifica. In this card name for drop zone, you may put it on the bottom of your deck. You put a card, energy blast 3, draw a card. Oh, it's on. Oh, okay. So it's a free put the bottom deck. When this unit attacks, choose one of your units. You may give it 5,000 power to the end of the turn. If you do, at the end of battle, put this unit at the bottom of your deck. So I think this card is pretty good. The fact that for free you could put Pacifica or a card of Pacifica to bottom deck. The only way to really do that is only with the grade 1 or the promo card, but we'll talk about that in the future. This is just for free, and you can energy blast 3 to draw if you want to. Then so for attacking first, you can have this be the first poke of the turn. Then you can give 5k to your back row Pacifica. She can be 28 now. So the hit of defensive is not just gonna be a 5k shield, it's a 10k shield still. And she clears herself, which is very important because there's 2 things. One, if you play Yuika, which you shouldn't in this deck, you don't have to forcefully call Ingrid in your deck to be able to restand the Ingrid, right? I mean, restand the Ingrid. Restand the Yuika. You can attack with this as a poke, and it gets 5k, so this is 25k. So this is, it's 50k shield on Persona Ride. Or just, 10k shield. Then it goes to bomb deck, and you can call her back out again to draw for another energy blast, and she goes back to bomb deck so she clears herself. Or you can bounce back to hand with Yuika to, put back the Pacifica from that was in your soul to bomb deck. And just keep looping the process over and over. And it just allows you to have more utility in your plays. So if you want to call a PG from deck instead of a, like another Pacifica, another card like this, or anything else, Yuika can still use her bounce. So it allows you to have more freedom when you're doing stuff, and it puts pressure off of your grade 1 to, oh, I need to draw this in order to put Pacificas back to the deck. So I'd say it's a good card. Next we have Dreams Intertwining Amidst Waves Reveat. So she has one ability, which is auto, right. Sorry. Rigor Circle, when your Rigors return to your hand during your main phase, if your opponent's Vanguard is greater or greater, cost puts this into your soul, choose where it Vanguards, and it gets continuous Vanguard, all your favorite Rigors place this turn, you get 5,000 power to end the turn. I can see Aqua maybe in Pacifica Rhineline, actually. Yeah, I've seen some decks play Aqua. I'm in the top out of the line in there. Now this card is mainly for the Labrador. There's no card that bounces main phase. Unless we get a card that does that in the future, this card will be really good in those decks that can use that. But only Labrador plays this. I haven't even tested it in premium because I don't even think it's that good of a card, honestly, to try it in premium. It gives your front row extra 5k, but I don't know if 5k is that much of a difference in premium. And it's just the over trigger, which is, my favorite lyrical one. And now we're on the triple R's. We're finally here after like an hour and 30 minutes of talking. Mystical Night Sky, Lucuna. Yeah, Lucuna. So she has one ability, which is when this unit is placed on a regular circle, you have Vanguard with Melio's card name. Cost Camera 1 and Energy Boss 3. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose up to 2 normal units while sending among them. Reveal them. Choose one card from among the reveal cards. Put it to hand. Discard the rest of the reveal cards and shuffle the deck. Okay, so this card is really good at Medial, because not only search cards that you really want, you look at the top 7, and you can discard. You have to choose up to 2 normal units, so you can technically just choose 1 unit, and you can just put it in your hand, and you discard the rest, but you only chose 1 unit, so you do as much as possible, which is 0. You can discard your Sunflower Girls. You can discard your Medials for, obviously, the new Dress-Up Medial. You can't get Sentinels, but you can get any other, you have to choose 2 normal units, right? So you can't get orders. But this is still a really good card. And since you can place it for drop, you can still use her effect. Next we have Summer Sky, Lucas Sonon. So she has 2 effects, which is when this unit is placed on a regular circle from hand, you have Vanguard with Hazard in this card name. Choose a critical trigger for your drop, so you may put it at the bottom deck. Then act regular circle. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard Hazard in this card name, cost Camera 1, search your deck up to 1 grade 2 with a different card name from this unit. It power 9,000 or less. A card with 7,000 power or less for grade 1s, and call it, shuffle deck, and this unit gets 5,000 power 10 a turn. So this card is really good to act, by the way, so she just needs to be on regular circle. So he searches your deck for, lower power units compared to Yeah, compared to the other card that searches from deck, you have to place her and put a card from hand to soul. She can search this card, and this card can search another card. So you can build a board from those two. I don't think decks still play the grade 2 because it's 10k, but this is still a good card. You need to be on grade 3 though, so to be able to call. While the grade 2 can do it on grade 2, I believe. Now, putting a card from drop that's a critical trigger to your deck, Hazard draws a lot of cards, so you might be drawing criticals. Putting back that critical for drop is really good. Got to go, Zen. I'll catch you later. No problem. Thank you for staying, Silver. I think it's just a really good card to be able to put the back critical triggers, as well as if you have multiple of this card, you can just keep putting back critical triggers for free. So overall, I think this is a really good card for Hazard, and it gets power if you use her skill. Next we have Sky Color Tranquility Judge Maiden Arca, sorry. Now she has wait, is this 3? She has 3 abilities. Wow. Okay, so first, when this card is discarded for hand during your turn, if you have a Vanguard with absolute 0 in this card name, energy charge 1, then auto drop. When your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with absolute 0 in this card name attacks, if you do not have a unit with the same card name as this card, you may call this a reverse circle. Then, when this unit attacks, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with absolute 0 in this card name, these units has the power to end out of battle. So this is a card that so this is the reason why a lot of the Judge Maiden cards like retired themselves or cleared themselves from the front row is so that Arca can call herself from drop. And the energy charge roll is gonna be very important once we get to absolute 0. Next we have Prism Image Rosa. So she has 2 abilities. Her first one is auto. When this unit plays a regular circle, choose a grade 3 card with Vert in its card name from your hand, and you may reveal it. If you reveal a card or have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Vert in its card name, this unit gets 5 as a power to end a turn. Then you can counterblast 1 to draw a card. The second ability is when this unit attack hits, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Vert in its card name, countercharge 1 to return this unit to hand. So this card, it's really good. It's a good resource engine to get. It's a good card to get cards into your hand, so you draw more. Then, if this unit attack hits, it just has to hit. So you can swing out a rear guard and bounce it back to countercharge. Used to have 7 attacks enabled. I mean, I don't know how many attacks you could get with the deck. I feel like the max is like 5. I don't think you get 7 attacks. So if Rosa hits a rear guard, so you can still after the card to countercharge and return the hand, which is really good because you can reuse the first effect again. So I like her in premium too, just because she gets power that's not from Bind Zone, and she has some slight on hit pressure, which could countercharge. Now, it doesn't always activate, but being able to draw in the main phase, which Prism can struggle a little bit with compared to Premium, since both Roses are good. I played her at 2/2 when I was testing. Like, I think this is just a nice card to have as a rearguard beater that isn't, V Rosa. Next, we have Phonogenic Finer Terran. So she has 2 abilities, which is continuous regular circle. If you play the magazine order this turn, this unit gets 5 as a power. Then act. Regular circle. If you play a magazine order this turn, cost Air Boss 2. Put this card into soul. I'm gonna put this unit into soul. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 unit with a different name from this unit from among them called regular circle, or choose up to 1 magazine order card from among them, reveal it, put it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. This card is really good. Like, I know lists cut her because they don't really play like that or need it, but I think this card is really good because you're able to compress your deck, put cards to your soul, and use Energy Blast 2, which it's very you gain a lot of energy anyway passively, and you're able to call a card that you're either missing or get an order that you was missing too. However, the only conditions you have to play a magazine order this turn. But this can help really well in the early game, especially the 5k power. If you're trying to rush, right? It makes 23k lanes early game with an AK booster, and you don't necessarily you have to play an order. Sorry, you have to play a magazine order that turn, so you need to play Shooting Star to be able to do that. But I think this is a really good utility and early game piece. Next we have Cherry Starlight, Rishilito. I think that's supposed to be an L, Lito. So she has 2 abilities, which is auto one this card's scarf from hand by your card's ability. If you have a Vanguard with Letitia in this card name, costs energy bar 3, draw a card. And auto drop zone when a curse play is played during this turn. Cost Cameras 1, call this card a Rigard Circle, and it gets power plus 5,000 power to the end of the turn. So I think this is a really good card. So not only can you like draw more cards for using Letitia's discard effect, because she restands, and you can refresh your hand from that discard. But your next turn, if you played a cursed play, which you mostly should, you kind of must want to call her back, and she gets 50k. I'm at 5k power, so she's a 50k attacker, or stronger because of Persona Ride and stuff like that, and her effects, which is really good. Also, if you use her to discard for like riding for your ride deck, you can call her back later. So I think it's a really good triple rare. Next, another replay is Vasha Blanc, which is very, very much needed. And next we have our generic triple R, which is a little demonic method Valfor. So she has 2 abilities, which is auto. When this unit is placed a Rigor Circle, you may soul charge 1, then cost Cameras 1, draw a card. In auto Rigor Circle, when this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, if you have a card in your soul with the same name as your Vanguard, this unit gets 5 power to the end of battle. So not a very like needed generic, because not all decks need this. However, I think this card is very good. In decks that need soul, you have a free way to get soul, and also a way to draw in main phase. This isn't like Melty where you need to like call another card and draw. You just do it. And it says you may soul charge 1. So decks that don't want that, you can just on play call it and draw. And his second ability is free. It's a very weird condition to get another 5k power, because you know, other than powerful, every other deck that has a card in soul with the same name is most likely for dress up or Persona Ride. This doesn't work for carry because, you know, unless you ride a grade 4, it's not going to be active. So, but I think this card is really good. I don't think it's justified for the price, whatever price it is. So I wouldn't go on my way to buy it yet. Okay, next we have Star Song Prayer and Nukuno. So she has 2 abilities, which is continuous Rigor Circle. If a camp bar was put excuse me. If a cannonball was put from the order zone into drop zone this turn, this unit gets 10,000 power. Best girl number 1. And then her second ability is Glitter Michu. This ability can only be activated if you have Michu on your Vanguard Circle. So act once a turn. If your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, cost Cameras 1, Solas 1, and this unit gets auto when this unit attacks. If no drive checks were performed for the battle your rear guard attack this turn, this unit performs drive checks until the end of that battle, until the end of turn. So basically, she can perform a drive check if you haven't performed drive checks on your rear guard this turn. So she gets a single drive, and she's a 20k attacker. So it's I would say she's a better Riley, because Riley have the CB2. but this one doesn't, like, Riley can be stood and get another drive check, but I think Nukenos is easier to fulfill this CB2. It does use a soul, but I think Michu can manage the soul thanks to all of her effects. Next we have Luminous Melody Illucina. So she has 2 abilities, which is when this unit attacks, if your soul has 4 more cards with Coral in their card names, cost Kamos 1, draw a card. And this unit gets 5,000 power. It's in the end of that battle. Then auto Rigor Circle. At the end of your turn, you have 4 more cards with Coral in their card names. Cost Soul Boss 1 and returns the unit's hand. So, okay, so this doesn't make more power than that grade 2. But this card allows you to draw. If you have 4 more cards with Coral in a card name in your soul. And you can return this unit to your hand, which is very important because you want to cycle through your Corals, right? Because you're able to get one from drop from effects, and also you can put them in the soul for other effects as well. So, and also she protects herself, so you can call her again and draw more cards. So it's a very important card for Coral, I will say. Next we have Riv Elite Letitia. So we have a whole blanket of effects here. So she has Dress Up, and her continuous ability, this card can only be written from a grade 3 unit with Letitia in its card name. So this is a true turn 4 card. You cannot ride this in ride deck. So she has 1 ability that gives you multiple abilities, which is auto when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle. No, sorry. This is her auto fit. So auto when she's placed on Vanguard Circle, search your deck or drop up to 1 curse play order. Reveal it, put it to your hand, and if you search your deck, shuffle the deck. When Soul Blasting Coral compromise the power side, also high. Hello, welcome. Mick, Main, Vanguard. I've seen your videos, I've seen your streams. It wouldn't really compromise it. You will only do the Soul Blast at the end of your turn. And most of the cards are defensive that gain shield. They don't want you to... I think maybe one of them gets like the extra shield. But also in his deck, you can soul charge other random cards too. Or forcefully put cards into soul. I could be wrong. It will only really stop the shield on some cards if you soul blast a Coral. But if you have other Corals in your hand, then you don't need to worry about soul blasting Coral. You can just soul blast something else. Now her last effect is act once a turn, cost counterblast. And this unit gets all the following to the end of turn according to the number of cursed plays in your soul. So 2 or more on Vanguard Circle, your front row gets 10,000 power. 4 or more, at the end of battle this unit attacked, you can discard a card from hand, stand this unit, and she gets drive -1. And 6 or more, this unit's drives cannot be reduced by this card's effect. So basically, by having 6 cards in your soul with cursed play, she gets 2 twin drives, and you have to still stand. I mean, still discard for her effect to stand, but she gets 2 twin drives in your front row 10k power. Not to mention, the only way you can play this card is by Persona Riding. So your front row is going to get another 10k power from the Persona Ride, and whatever effects you have. So any cards that don't get a lot of power, they're going to get a lot of power. Each time you Persona Ride is going to be another 20k. So it just makes Letitia really strong in that aspect. Especially have all of her cards like Nostria, Yuika as a support card. The deck is very strong when it comes to like late game pressure, because it's just such high numbers, and she restands twice without any drives if you give all of her conditions. But she is a true turn 4 card. And we have Make a Wish Kyoka. So she is a dress up. Imagine opponent be opponent triggers a bounce it back with Yuika. Exactly. It makes any card hit numbers. So she is a dress up, and you can play her in your ride deck, not like Letitia. She's the only card in Lyrical that has that effect, except grade 4 carry, but not the grade 4. So she has 2 effects, which is continuous during your turn. If you play the magazine order this turn, all of your front row units get 5,000 power, and if your opponent's grade 3 or greater, all your Kyoka units with Kyoka and Incarnates get attacked from the back row center column, and it gets 5,000 power. And then her second effect is act once a turn. So also on her Energy Blast 2, choose a grade for 1 to 3. Declare it. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 unit card with the declared grade or up to 1 magazine order. Oh, and up to 1 magazine order. Reveal them, put them into your hand, and shuffle the deck. So I talked about Kyoka in the past. I still think Kyoka is really good. Her only downside is consistent power. Her front row isn't as strong as like Michu's, and Lutetia is definitely not as strong as Lutetia's. But she has a lot of consistency in her deck and deck building when it comes to filtering out the deck, managing your resources, drawing a bunch of cards. She has ways to loop PGs and personas, and she could get a free 4th attack if your opponent's on grade 3 just by placing Kyoka in the back row. Just attacks for 18. Yeah, attacks for 18 first, and then you can use your other units to attack with as well. The deck is still strong. I just think that power wise compared to other lyrical decks is not up there, but like consistency wise, utility wise, I think she's really up there. Next we have Prism Image Vert, so one of the encounter decks. She has 2 abilities, which is act once a turn. If you did not ride with a card's ability this turn, you can soul boss 1, choose the 1 card with the same name as this unit, and ride it stand. If you rolled a card, choose one of your vanguards, and it gets power plus 10,000 in a turn. If your opponent's grade 3 or greater, it gets continuous vanguard circle. All of your front row units gets 10,000 power instead of. Wait, all your front row units get 10,000 power instead of 10,000 power. Okay, I don't know why they said it like that, but. And second ability is auto when this unit task, Cameras 1, choose up to 1 of your regards return to your hand, and choose up to 1 grade 3 or less card from your hand and call it a regard circle. So, we'll talk about second ability. Her second ability is she's basically inbuilt speaker that doesn't need a boost, because she can choose 1 of your regards, return to hand, and call a card from your hand. And her first ability is, if your opponent's grade 2, if you have Vert in your hand, you basically just draw a card and you give herself 10,000 power. So she's a pseudo persona ride. But if your opponent's grade 3, if you go second, if you have Vert, you basically give yourself a pseudo persona ride going second. Essentially no mass order persona ride. I'll come back from a meeting and this man's still going. I'd love to see it. Yeah, I told you. Like, well, I don't think I told you, but these things take forever. I'm going through all of it. No mass persona, or yeah, basically, yeah. The condition is just you need Vert in your hand, which Rosa searches. No, not Rosa, clear searches. But also, if you persona road, and if your opponent's grade 3, you can persona ride again. Well, technically persona ride again, because she gives your front row 10k power and you draw another card, so you give your front row 20k power. The issue with this deck, I think it's just 4 attacks. Like, if you get another attack, I think this deck will be really good. Now there is a list that you could play Fuetti to get another attack, but there's no good grade 3s. That's my only issue. Like, I think Vert as a deck is really good. She just doesn't have an extra attack, and this is the only time I'll say this. Her not having extra attack is actually detrimental, because getting 5 attacks that, Rosa has to on hit pressure to counter charge, and she gets 5k herself, and like, I don't know, either that or a unit that gains crit. Like, if she could just bounce back a card that gets a crit when they attack or something, I think it'd be really good. I just think that's what she lacks. It's just, a rigor that crits or an extra attack. That's not high rolly. Next we have Brightest Dreamer Lofa. So she's also a dress up. She has 2 abilities. Continuous, all of your grade 2 or greater rear guards get boost, and all of your other grade 3 cards with Lofa, Lofa and her card names get shield plus 20,000. And auto, when this unit attacks, if all of your units are grade 2 or greater. Okay, if all of your units are grade 2 or greater. Cost -1. Choose up to 3 of your rear guards to return to hand, and choose up to 2 rear guards from your hand and call them to rear guard in the same column. So, Lofa, this card absolutely is the ride deck card. Old Lofa was really bad. Your back row had to be filled with grade 3s or grade 2s, and you only called 1. You call a whole column with this. And her first effect doesn't need any soul. It's just free. When you get to grade 3, you're basically getting all the boost power. And she allows your Lofas, even herself, right? Other grade 3s with Lofa. Yeah, because she can't charge herself. But all your other grade 3s with Lofa get 20k shield. Was this the LSR 50? Yes, he pulled so many Lofas. I'm like, man, if only I had money and like to get Lofas, I would get the LSR ones. But this card is really good for her. The deck itself, honestly, it really just struggles with like shield early game. However, I think it's really good going first. If you could go first and just pressure your opponent, I think it's really good. I want to put an LSR Sagita the most. I know. One of my friends wants Sagita too. She's a really pretty card. Next we have Frolic Hopper Funat. So just 2 abilities. This is also good for Lofa. The deck feels so much better. It is. My only issue is with early game shield. And some decks just pressure so early, you don't have good quality shield. But this fixes that a little bit. So, continuous Rigor Circle, Guard Circle. If you have a grade 3 or grade Vanguard with Lofa in this card name, this unit gets Talents of Power and Talents of Shield. Is also active during the opponent's turn. So she just exists as 23k, which is funny. In Auto Rigor Circle, at the end of battle, this unit attacked while boosted by a grade 2 or greater unit. Your energy boss 3, choose one of your grade 2 or greater rear guards, and return to hand. Essentially defensive bastion at the Giantess. True. This card is really good for Lofa because, well, if you do call her early game, it has to be boosted by grade 2 or greater. Okay. So, you can't call this early game, by the way. Forget what I was about to say. But, her being a 10k shield is really nice. Her resistance 23k is really good too. It just hits big numbers. Then, at the end of the battle that she boosted, which is also like another issue I have with like just Lofa overall. Like you return stuff to your hand, but you don't have any mid-battle returning stuff to hand from your rear guards. Because only you could do that. Or some other odd cards that you played, but it was either expensive or too gimmicky. This one's just fine. You just Energy Blast 3. You can return herself to your hand, by the way. It just says choose a grade 2 or greater rear guard. It does say other. So you can return it to your hand and basically have her shield for your opponent's turn. Or, you know, you can bounce back your other combo cards, which is really good. Now, this also could be used in other decks, too. The first effect won't come live, but the second effect seems very interesting. If you have this current Festival Collection girl with To My Stage, and choose a grade 2 to get boost, this can also work really well just to make a good 25k column or 23k column. You can bounce Energy Blast 3 to bounce back, so it's a 2 to 3 card combo to become like a Yuika, but I think it still works. It's kind of funny. Next we have Procephate Scene Stream Hazard. So she has the dress up ability, and she has 2 abilities. Act. Once a turn, energy box 3. Choose up to 5 of your normal unit rear guards. And to the end of turn, they get auto rigor circle. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. Draw a card and put this unit on the bottom deck. And they get 2k power. Then, wait, is this unit? No. Fire normal unit rear guards. Then, auto Vanguard Circle at the beginning of your battle phase. Cost sub boss 1 until the end of turn. All of your units with hazard in a card name. Card names grade 3 units with 12k power, grade 2 or less. Grade 2 units with original power 9k or less. Grade 1s with original power 7k or less can attack from the back row center column and get 5k power. Okay, sorry about that. So Hazard, I think she's really slept on, in my opinion. I have a new view about going second. I don't think going second is necessarily super bad. It just depends on the deck you're fighting against. I did say that some decks are very bad at going second. I don't think Hazard is one of them. Just because of some of the cards allow you to have a little bit more shield. Especially that grade 2 I didn't consider thinking about. That essentially has no drawbacks. But Hazard herself is like not really explored as much. There's a lot of interesting plays you can make with the deck. Like if you have Rishis in the deck, you can give Hazard more power while also going first. If you do go first, Rishis in the back row is a 10k attacker, so she can swing it to Vanguard, which is 10k as always. And the fact Hazard can draw a lot of cards, and from a triple rare to be able to put criticals back to bottom deck and call cards, there's a lot of stuff you can do with the deck. I just think it's unexplored just because, you know, I could just play Michu, I could just play Lutetia or something, or Kyrie, just do better results like that. But I think Hazard can hit really good. Well, she hits better numbers now. Not absurd numbers, but it's always consistent you draw. Is tanky aggro a really weird one? Yeah, but also self-clears itself. The only issue I can see is that if you don't have pieces to build a board, because you know you're sending back your cards and you're drawing them right, you could draw into nothing but triggers. It'll be kind of hard to build a board back. Next, we have Glycerin Moon Michu. So she has 3? Yeah, she has 3 skills. Which is auto when this unit is placed by riding from first to head towards a Dream Michu. Search your deck or drop up to 1 card with Nukino in its card name. Or up to 1 Cannonball. Reveal it, put it to your hand. If you search your deck, shuffle the deck, and then activate Persona Right. Then act. Once a turn, you can bind first to head towards a Dream Michu from Soul. Choose where your opponent's rear guards to retire it. And until the end of turn, reduce the cost of this unit's Cannonball's ability by Soul Blast 2. And at the end of turn, if this unit is on your Vanguard, ride the bound card for this costless rest. Okay, then Cannonball auto Vanguard Circle. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, cost Soul Blast 2. Choose where your opponent's rear guard to retire, and this unit gets 10,000 power until the end of battle. So Michu is really good for a lot of reasons. Her Cannonballs allow you to get power or some type of form of control. Like her promo allows you to pseudo stun or prevent, like, no, stuns a rear guard, but also allows, like, I think it draws as well. I think they all draw when they're placed in the order zone. But Michu herself, she reduces the Soul Blast by 2 of the Cannonball's ability. So if you're using like her set 3 one, is all draws, yeah. If you use her set 3 one, the set that she came with, you're able to give 3 units 10k power, and that's completely for free if you use her bind cost. Yeah, her bind cost. You just rewrite it anyway. So you're able to do that for free, or you could do this ability to retire 2 of your opponent's units. like I said, the other cannonball could stun too, if you want to do that. So you can retire 2, or you can retire 1 and stun, or you just get power. She has a lot of different plays depending on the cannonballs you have. Yeah, she has a lot of different plays depending on the cannonballs that you play or have. And she just gives a bunch of power to the board. Nukino, the grade 1, just rides at the end about a Michu boost attacked. And then your other grade 2 Nukino now has like a pseudo buff that your opponent's fronts and draws don't activate since your Vanguard's grade 1, which is just really good. So, well, all that, it makes Michu really strong because her ceiling is really high. I don't think it's very hard to get to that ceiling. The issue is, I think because she's sort of a bursty sort of deck, decks that could grind really well or could just survive the turn or pressure her really fast. It's kind of a hard matchup for her, but she has a really good ceiling. I think she has like the same ceiling as Letitia, but Letitia is slower. While going second with Michu, you're able to instantly just Persona Ride, I think. Yeah, you're able to instantly Persona Ride if you didn't ride by ability, yeah. So, I think that's what makes Michu really strong. Next we have Medio. Constellate Solus Medio. Okay, I'm just checking. Now, she's addressable old Medio. It's just 2 abilities, which is Continuous Vanguard Circle. During your turn, if you have a grade 3 or greater card with Medio as card name. Agree also last crit pressure. We'll all set up. It feels like a lot of drawback now. Yeah. I think the crit pressure, like, without... I think, like, since I play Herminia a lot, the fact that... Well, you get 3 drive checks. Well, no, not 3. You get 3 drive checks. The drive check is like a pseudo crit. So, the deck not having any, like, criticals, I think it's okay since you hit big numbers and you can pseudo, like, control your opponent's board. But, I don't know. You could just have bad luck and not hit any triggers. So, Meio's continuous ability is during your turn, you have a grade 3 card with Meio's card name for your drop. All your front row units get 5,000 power. Then act once a turn. Cost counter +1, so +1. Choose a card from drop. Yeah, choose a card for drop and call it. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a normal unit, draw a card. And the unit called by this effect gets critical +1 to the end of turn. So, Meio's also a deck that I feel is kind of unexplored. I have fought against it a little bit. I think Medio is pretty good. Like, she's kind of scary if she goes first, especially if your opponent has the setup, because not only does the Sunflower Girls restand, but they also get a crit. And if they have a Medio, they're hitting really good numbers against your grade 2. You absolutely need to hit a defensive in order to, like, survive that turn, unless you just have, you know, triggers and PGs in hand. Now, the card that allows her to call 2, it doesn't allow like certain, I think it's only one specific card to proc twice. But other than that, I think Medio is, I think this is a pretty good, I mean, it's obviously an upgrade. You would play this in a Riot deck. Her old self literally is just there to be put in the drop zone. And all your front row units get 5k power. This is active even if your opponent's grade 2. So, Medio's issue in the past was always front row numbers. That's solved now, but also her steep cost is now always a guaranteed Counter Boss 1 and Soul Boss 1. Which does contract with some of the soul issues of the deck. I mean, soul resources of the deck, because her triple R that resands is also soul. She now uses the Soul Blast compared to just CB2. And other cards in the deck also Soul Blast as well. So it makes her really soul intensive. But at the cost of you not having a Counter Blast 2, and you get technically both effects. I think it's okay. I think her issue is with Soul, and also that she needs to really get the cards that she needs. Like, she doesn't have any ways of like really searching those cards that she wants, other than like a couple of random cards. Now those cards could be the key, but again, I haven't played Medio, I've just played against it, and that's just what I've seen that I discussed with them. Next, we have the last encounter of the set. We have Aurora Star Coral, which she has 3 abilities? Yeah, 3 abilities. Or Lord of Saber Willista fix. I mean, Willista, I do see people using the Willista line with Medial just to fix the soul issues. But I'm kind of like indifferent to it. I don't know what would help Medial to be a lot better. Does help her search. Okay, yeah. That card helps her search. You're right. I forgot about that. But that's only one card. I think if she got a little bit more cards, like another one, I think it'll be better. So she has continuous effects. All of your other units with Coral in their card names get shield plus 5,000. Act. Vanguard Circle once a turn. Put a card from hand into soul. Draw a card. If a card with Coral in its card name was put for this cost, this unit gets auto Vanguard Circle at the end about his unit attack. Choose where your regards is standing. Wait, that's not a counter blast? Okay, sorry, I was just seeing this for the first time. I thought it was a counter blast. Anyway, at the beginning of your ride phase, this is her last effect. Cost energy loss 4. All of your front row units get 5,000 power. It's in the end of turn for every 2 cards with Coral in their card names from Soul. Your opponent's grade 3 or greater. This unit gets critical plus 1 to the end of turn. Okay. For one, I thought that was a Carablast cost to stand. It was not. Alright, so first off, her giving you benefit from having a bunch of Corals in your deck is really good. Because she gives you more shield. That means you can use them to guard. You can put them into Soul. And there's cards that get Corals from Soul. From drop into hand or Soul. Then her first ability, she guarantees 4 attacks. As long as you put a card with Coral from hand to Soul, she guarantees 4 attacks. There's no counterplay to that. That's going to always happen. Then her last effect, she allows your front row to get massive amount of power for every 2 cards with Coral in your Soul. Then, if your opponent's grade 3, she gets a crit, which is really good. Because her grade 2 allows you to draw an extra card. No, they both allow you to draw extra cards. But the grade 2 allows you to give your rear guard 5k power. So that's more power for the restander. And the grade 1 allows you to have triple drive with Coral. So not only your Coral is going to have a lot of power, it also has triple drive and crit if you use Fresh Star. Which is really good. I think Coral is okay. I don't think she's the best deck or like the strongest from the set. My main issue with her, I don't know. I just feel like the deck just is okay. Like, you do need to get the right Coral. Like, you ideally want the grade 1 to give your Vanguard triple drive for more pressure. I don't know. I just feel like she needs better rear guards. Like, her grade 3 is pretty good. Her grade 1 that counter charges to put Corals from drop it. The Soul is good and stuff like that. Searching is a problem. Yeah, like getting the right Corals, I feel, I don't know. Like, I haven't really played it. I've just seen it. I feel like she could use some more utility cards. Because I've seen decks play French Chat and other cards. I don't know. See, they'll put a Coral to trigger the restand. Yeah, like more Corals will help, but also the shield is kind of counterintuitive since you are basically throwing away a 10k shield into your Soul. But she makes it up for all of her effects. So, oh, the grade 2 I remember. She energy charges too. So it makes this energy blast 3 instead of energy blast 4. So, I don't know. I think she scales pretty good in the late game. I don't know if deck out's the issue, but I feel like that could be an issue with the deck too. Is this the? Oh, this is the last card. There we go. This is the last card, the face of the set, which is Absolute Zero Stagita. So she has 2 abilities. No, 3. Sorry. Excuse me. Which is continuous Vanguard Circle. All of your and your opponent's units get continuous Vanguard Circle, River Circle. If this is the 4th battle of this turn or more, when this unit would attack, it cannot attack unless you discard a card from hand. And act Vanguard Circle once a turn, energy loss 4. This unit gets tons of power and 1 drive to the end of turn. Then auto Vanguard Circle. When your card is discarded from hand by a card's ability this turn, the cost is counterboss 1. Sorry, cost counterboss 1. They draw a card. So Stagita. I think, like I said before, I probably said this like months ago. I think this card is has potential. Like I said, her issue of the deck is that I think it's like I believe it's power, but also is not enough good judgmented cards. Like we have judgmented cards that like refund the cost of being discarded, like being put into soul, draw a card. But all the other judgmenteds in this set doesn't really facilitate into what she wants to really do. I mean, well, they do facilitate. It's just that there's not enough power. And the good cards that we have, which is a double R and triple R, and like, you know, the card that goes into soul, those are the only like cards I've only seen play with them. Now there's probably other builds that I haven't really seen yet. I know there has been one where you play Franchette and Yuika to bounce back her extra attacker, so you can just keep using it every turn. So if you have one, you're set. If you see one in your hand, you're set for the rest of the game. There's also been like a very heavy multi-attack variant where you clear both your front row, you discard a Justine, and you call her to the front row, and then you call the triple rare to the front row to get more attacks. Hello, Speed Robo. Welcome. So that's like a 5-attack version. That one is not as good. The one I've seen the most successful is like with the Franchette Yuika version. The thing is that costs so much money to make. But also, I haven't really tested like with, well, I haven't really seen or tested with all of her cards. But her continuous effect and after effect, I think it's really good. Just because you're gonna replace the card that you did. Sorry, like she's always plussing. Because of the extra drive, that's a +1. Only for Energy Blast 4, which is kind of insane. Like real money? Money is a new resource that I missed. True. And for her to discard, like if you attack more than 4 times, you can see we want to draw. So I think it's pretty self-efficient. This deck doesn't use that much CB, unless you're somehow spamming the grade 2. To like search for Judge Maidens. But like I said, unless you're trying to search for more personas, I think you're fine. And the other card is like free. So I think that's all. I think that's the whole card list. Yep, it is. That was the last card. Okay. So the 4th resource, Vanguard money. Yeah, I know, right? Because of the market. So overall, I think this set is just like the last set. I think this set is really good. I'm kind of surprised that like 2 decks are well, when it first came out, like 3 decks were like really prominent in the meta, which was Kyoka, Michu, and Letitia ranking. Okay, so I don't think one deck is the worst deck. All right, I think there's like 3 decks that are like in the like undiscovered tier, and I would say that's Hazoret, Medial, and Lofa's seen some play. It's yeah, I'll put Lofa here. So like these 3 decks are just really like undiscovered because not a lot of people play them, and like they all have little problems, but I think they have really strong quirks about them. Like Medial's really like, yeah, Lofa's scary going first, but I think because Medial has the 2 crits from the Sunflower Girls and Elise, and Hazoret is like surprisingly tanky, draws a lot of cards. It's just undiscovered about finding the right list, and like I think Lofa's pretty cheap to make. Medial's pretty cheap to make, other than her restanders. Hazoret, you kind of have to play Eureka. I mean, you could probably get away without playing it, but competitively speaking, you will run Eureka. And for Lofa, you'll probably play Forbidal. The next tier I think like has potential, right? Is like I think Vert is here, and Stagita, and Coral. Like we've seen results from all 3 of them. I think I don't know who has the most though. I think these 3 decks. Woo, Lyrical Nation. I think these 3 like they've seen play. They're missing a couple of cards to make them better. I think Judgment is like really interesting because it's like the only deck out of all, well, other than what was it, the Dark States one, Sacrifice Glass and Stoicheia, right? This is the only deck that kind of says, hey, I'm gonna check you. Alright, you're only gonna be able to attack if you discard. The thing is, she just doesn't put enough pressure in the decks that draws a lot that they don't care about it. And that's her biggest issue. Vert, she either needs a 5th attack or like a Rigard that gets crits. Coral, more searching and like reusability with the corals, because it feels like you need like 3 to 4, like 2 to 3 cards to keep reusing the same fresh card coral or the grade 2 coral. Saita is getting the 1 or 2 supports. That's really capitalized on the stuff. Yeah, like I think she could be a menace if they print the right cards. The thing is, I think they won't ever do that. Like, if she could get a 5th attack and like compress her deck even further, I think she could be a menace, but I don't think they'll ever do that. And we have like the top decks so far. I know people say Kyoka fell off. I think it's like I'll probably talk about it in a video. I mean, I can chat about it a little bit right now. Sagita's 5th attack. Like, she can do 5 attacks now, right? The thing is, it's super high rolling. You need Justine to do it. Because the new triple R, you can't call both of them. But Justine can be called once it's discard. But she's a 6K, which doesn't make much power. And the grade 1 doesn't give her power. Not a reviver and a better discard. Yeah, that's true. Another reviver and a better discard target, but yeah. But Letitia, Michu, and Kyoka. Like, I think Kyoka, like, I'm trying to think. Compared to like, she's probably like one of the more consistent decks in my opinion for Lyrical. Kyrie's pretty consistent with her game plan. Kyoka just lacks numbers for versatility. Like, she's not hitting Michu or even powerful or Lofa numbers, right? You can force it, but it's not needed. Well, it not needed. I mean, not it's not that it's not needed. It's just that it's not optimal. Michu, she hits numbers. I think in late game is just consistently doing that over and over. Like, she has a very good, like, 1 or 2 burst turns. After that, I've heard people deck out, not have enough cannonballs, or they, like I said, they deck out. Letitia, her only weakness is that she's turn 4, and you need to have this in hand. She doesn't have any Letitia searchers. Well, we do have a card I can't search dress ups, but it's only top 5, and it's an all place Catalyst 1. So if you whiff, you whiff. That's like the only weakness I can see with Letitia, other than price wise. Like, if you can keep Persona Rider with Letitia, I don't know, like, it's like you're fighting DP. You just have to kind of pray that you just kill them before they kill you. Other than that, for like the main, did I miss one? No, I didn't. For like the main decks from this set, I would say these 3 are pretty good. If you want to bring to a tournament, if you know your stuff with Vert, Sagita, Stagita, and Coral, I think you do okay. Unless you're a fan of like Lofa, Meteor, and Hathaway, and you really know your stuff. If you're just picking up just to play for like a tournament to win, I don't think they're gonna win. But you have to really know your stuff with them. And I do believe that they can top, even in the meta that we are now. You just have to know what you're doing and like play to the best of your ability with some luck. But yeah, so if you do get the opportunity to like pull this card, just keep it, don't sell it, because I can see this being higher in the future. Now, Vashblanc, as many people think, oh, you need Vashblanc now, I don't think you need Vashblanc anymore. Like, what, like, meta deck or like meta lyrical deck really plays Vashblanc? Like, Chris Ray plays Vashblanc because we don't have any other cards, because we don't want to discard, we don't want to use our energy. When set 4 comes, we don't want to play Prekia as much because we need our energy now, because Roche is very important. And a lot of people don't like to play Elastino or a sub-engine. Petrolka. Yeah, this is... You can play Petrolka. Yeah. A one of. That's not going to kill your wallet buying one. She's like $20 right now. Whoa. Where I'm at. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, like, in Chris Rain, you need your energy now. It's more of a delicate resource. So Vashblanc will be playing more. But any other deck, you don't play this in Kairi. You don't play it in Kyoka. I mean, you could play it in Maryland. But your soul is kind of tight now because we're getting more cards that use soul. So, I don't think she is as important now. She could be important in the future. So, if you do want her for the future, get her. But, it's really up to you. Does Rockstar deck play it? Oh, you mean Flam Glam? No. Flam Glam would rather play Prekia. Just because you want your soul, honestly. Like, you don't want to use Vashblanc to get the soul. Now, for the front row power, maybe. Stop marker, go Burr. Besides Spec, we're getting a new Flam Glam card next week. So, that might eat into soul or possible energy. So, we shall see what they do with that. What a card. If you do plan on making any encounter deck in the future, please get the top out of the line. I think this line is really good. Not useful in premium yet, but definitely get them. If you only need one copy of each. Because I think they're going to start making more encounters that just allow you to run this line. You better do a new sketch of the reveal. I will try my best to, if I could get really good art. But what else? This card, don't pay a lot of money for this. If you can get it for cheap, get it for cheap. But search into Qtel, whatever her name is. Oh, for what deck? I don't really remember what that card was. But what else I wanted to say? Oh yeah, get Ellie. Best PG. Where's the vanilla? Oh, you mean for the for Reza? That card, like, it's a funny deck. It could be fun. It could tank a little bit. Oh, the V1. What V card? You mean Q-Tear? I'm not sure what card you mean. Oh, but the promo spec. I mean, it's a funny. It's just a funny decking card. The one that search into anything. Oh, Q-Tire is banned in premium. Search it up. Oh, you mean the grade 2? Like the one that's like on place. Look at top 7 to write a grade 2. Is that what you mean? Oh, what else I want to say? If you play Siana, get this. This card can easily be like $15 in the future once you get dressed up. What a card. There was something else I want to say. I already talked about Ellie. Ah, that's a rare. That doesn't matter. Okay, these don't matter. Get Shizuku. But yeah, I forgot she was banned. Yeah, she's banned. Other than that, I will talk about a budget list for Herminia, since you can actually buy Herminia now. To buy the magazines. You mean like the $10 magazines? if it's even $10. I don't want to look at TCG right now. Actually, nah, I don't want to do that. Oh, if you want auras, get her when she's cheap, because I got mine when she was like $2 each. I'm like, yeah, I'll just get my reprint now, and then she shot up. But yeah, if you do get the set, hopefully your pools go well. I'm looking to get my box sometime soon, maybe even after this. I don't know. Give it 100K. 100K. Celestial meta incoming. I feel like the old decks like Alessio now, they don't need new dress ups. They need new lines, and they need just better rear guards. Like the next set has to focus on them. Like they have to just keep cycling through them. Like I don't think they need a new boss. Clarissa definitely needs a new order. Like the same name, but like some other different condition, and it can be played on grade 3. And like I don't know, like a couple more better regards. Like her original crew, just give them like a mini dress up or something. I don't know. Alessio, I have no clue, because there's this one guy I keep seeing on Twitter that keeps somehow topping with Alessio. Like, how are you doing that? Where's your Lorinol deck? I don't have Lorinol, but Lascara? I'm not Lascara. Lisha fell right. You're so right, but she will print 8 new deck lines instead. No, no, no. We're not having another Lyrical 3 moment. I remember when that was revealed. I was like, oh yeah, are they gonna like give support to the Set 1 girls? Nah, it's 6 new lines. And everyone was like upset. I don't like in this deck they only printed 1 new line, which is fine because we have Lyrical main sets now. But Alicia fell. I don't know. I've not played the deck. I've seen what the deck can do. They just made her better to Chris Rain, which is just sad. But I'll talk about Chris Rain. Like, I'll probably talk about her in the video. But yeah, I don't have much to say really. Yes or no? I don't. Yeah, if there was 8 new decks, I don't know. Wait, the chat's not up. Okay, it's up. Okay. So thank you all for joining this very long stream. I appreciate the support. I'm almost at 500 subscribers, so I don't know if I would do like a Q&A video or like a giveaway or something, but I'm almost there. Just 3 subs left. But I really appreciate all of you being here. What did you say? It says Garnet Stride deck. Here's one more. Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I do watch your content too. I do hear about your opinions on what do you say about the Lyrical decks. Some of them are interesting, and some of them I do agree with. So, but yeah, for the Stride deck, I don't know. Like I said what I said in the video. I think it's honestly between Loris and Tidua, but my only fear is that, you know, they're gonna make Tira xenophobic. Like, oh, you can only do that with shoo cards, because that's how it was in G. Unless the crest says, nah, we'll just remove that, and then I'll be fine with Tidua. It's just that it's gonna play like Hazard a little bit. Like, you just bot deck your regards. It just doesn't make any sense. Someone did say that Loris is a bit too generic and it's kind of boring. I'm like, I guess, but she also has Harmony, so they can do stuff with Harmony too. But yeah, yeah, thanks. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, I'm going to Shoo the way, man. A lot of people want Shoo, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't want them to like put restrictions on them, and you know, Lyrical has Lyrical Pile for sure, and I know Bushra wants people to buy Lyrical Pile. I already have my dragons, so don't make me regret getting the dragons. I could build Kyrie. I just don't want to play Kyrie. Not grade 4 anyway. I love Persona Kyrie. Duos. I'm going to be so upset when duos come. Like, because how many restairs do we have? We have Lutetia. We have Fortia. Who else? Lutetia, Fortia. Petroka doesn't count. Lisha fell. We're gonna do another restander for Lyrical. Like, granted, it could probably be really cool with Vert. But I don't know. Did you find Oh yes. Hold on. I did find a connection. Let me go to Twitter right quick. I'll stay for a little bit longer. Go through this massive thread that doesn't make any sense. Let me see. Where did it go? Okay, here we go. I found it. The science is strong. Okay, listen. I'll give you guys a little story. So, The reason why I posted this was because a friend of mine was he was playing the new Persona 3 Reload, and he asked a question that, well, someone at his locals was talking about like Persona stuff, and like everyone knew that, oh, he's playing Persona. That's cool, man. And he's like, why is like, what is the link between Vanguard players and Persona people? Like, why is there so many people into Persona but also play Vanguard? So I said, all right, bet I'll just ask Twitter. So I said, I gotta ask this for a friend. How many of you play Vanguard and are into the Persona series? If you know others like that, what's the link between them? Now, I made this myself, right? I just found an image in our copy, just put Youthberg. And, like, it's almost like 10K views, which is kind of insane. There's, like, 34 comments, almost 200 likes. It's kind of crazy. And there's a lot of things in here. I'm probably not gonna go over all of it, but one of them, you know, he said the homosexuality, which that's pretty true. Vanguard is pretty like that for a TCG, and Persona's like that too. Some of my favorite ones was, let me see, Ansh's bigger. No. A lot of people don't even like Ansh. Okay, this one is the concept of having a cool ass monster as a representation of yourself, your avatar / persona. Even though I love both, I'll play Vanguard, not because of any of the Persona connection though. I mean, that's fair. Late Joker arc until Joker arc until Legion Mate was basically like Persona 3. Both are turn-based, I guess, so similar-ish. The true self, another self. Like some of them I didn't see before. Some of them I did. Was the ones I liked. The link is your Vanguard is just you like a Persona. Persona writing brings you closer together. Sorry, I love both Vanguard and Persona greatly. And oh yeah, this person had like a whole bunch of text and stuff about it, but I like this one a lot. I think he made 2. Considering the idea of Persona reflects of its user identity, personality. For example, your personas and confidants having tarot cards attached to them, and even more so reflected Persona 5, since the persona is a literal representation of your thieving spirit, and your Vanguard is a powerful unit on Cray that your spirit inhabits for the duration of the fight. It's safe to say that personas are very similar to the theme of Vanguards, which, yeah, I like that. I think they had 2, but I think they deleted one. But yeah, this one was also my favorite one. I use the Narukami to hold the Narukami. I really like this one a lot. But yeah, there was also some quote retweets. But yeah, overall, I mean, it was a funny thread. Wait, what's Vanguard's lore? We get to possess a Vanguard. Yeah, so basically, we transfer our spirits to Cray. Well, the Vanguard lore anyway, what they say about the game. So like, for example, if I was to play like Youthberg, right? When I ride Youthberg, our spirits are transferred into the Vanguard, and we only take upon them for that battle. So like nobody actually gets hurt or anything. So it's like, oh, you become your Vanguard and you just fight and you use their spirits and you command, you know, like your rear guards. Like someone said, it's like the Vanguard's like the party leader and your rear guards and your cards are your like you know, your team members, and you know, you fight pretty much like that. When is the Vanguard Persona sketch happening? I thought I did those already. I don't know when, but I mean, I thought I did those already. But I have been doodling. I just haven't been posting. But yeah, okay, that's pretty much it. We are one nonsense. Let's go. I mean, pretty much, right? I mean, like, so many people get attached to their favorite units of Vanguard. It makes sense. But yeah, that's going to be all for the stream. Thank you very much for tuning in, messing with me. Just me going over the whole set. I don't know when next time I'll stream, but it will be with a purpose. 18 minutes till 3 hours. Last for I'm not going for another one. No, I gotta eat, and I gotta see if I can get this box for the set. So I don't know if I'll do a video on it, but I can't go that long. But thank you for trying to encourage me to do so. Until next time, guys, I'm Zenarion, and I'm signing off.